All right, let's see if this works. Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 217, upload keywords. These are the ones you upload when you go into your dashboard and you upload your book. You've got the blurb you need to upload. You've got your title, your subtitle, the name, and you've got those keywords in there. These are the ones that are restricted. You can't put book titles in there. You can't put author names in there. You can't generally put trademarked stuff in there, which is exactly the opposite of what you're looking for when you run ads. So what do you put in for your book, your keywords? You get up to 50 characters and 7 total slots. In those 7 slots, you can put words, you can put phrases, you can put single words, you can put some stacked words that are representative, like a word for urban fantasy, one that I put in Fae, F-A-E, Fae, F-A-Y, Fae, F-E-Y. However readers might search for it, that's how I'll put it in there. And then I'll add in a word on the end as well, because what is a logical search criteria? People don't go back into their search and retype everything. So they'll add words to the end. Hey, I'm looking for Fae. I mean, urban fantasy. I mean, Fae, urban fantasy, and London. And then all of a sudden you get that stacked, which doesn't seem to make sense unless you go and look, realize that they don't delete those first terms when they're searching. They're refining because they're getting too broad of results. So that's what you're looking for in how to stack your phrases. So logical search progression. Keywords are free to change once you fill in those 7 with those that are most likely to align your genre. This is important. Align with your genre, align with your target readership without putting other books and other authors. So you've got to hit that. So is it urban fantasy, London, contemporary? What really is that constraining factor that you need for a reader to get into a world where your book is cool for them? So this is it. You're looking for the best readers that you can find that aligns with your book, because this is also what Amazon will use when you're auto-targeting your ads. Sorry about that. They're going to look at your blurb, look at your criteria. They're not going to go through and send their computers through your story to figure out what genre is this book. They're going to look at your blurb and they're going to look at those uploaded words, and that's it. So you need to get that aligned until after the book's on sale, and then they'll use also bots and some other things to help align your book into their sales and marketing channels. So you got to get this stuff right for your genre. So you don't need to say urban fantasy in every one of the ones. It's going to get that, but you might want to use UF, urban fantasy, contemporary London. You might want to use UF as well as another criteria that could help Amazon identify your target audience for when you run some auto-targeted ads. Thing about these keywords is they're free to change. You can change them as often as you want. However, you don't get specific data saying Amazon showed your book, or anybody for that matter. You have to put keywords in no matter where you upload, that this retailer, this distributor, showed your book because of this keyword. You don't get that data, so you have to guess. And that means you need long-term data. So I wouldn't recommend changing your keywords more than once every 7 days. I generally set them and go. And I rarely change my keywords unless it really puts me into the wrong categories. And this is something else. When you do your keywords and Amazon uploads it, it's important to look at which categories they put you in, because this is what they're thinking. So this is what their learned opinion, because they have millions of books they've done this for. It's their learned opinion of these keywords are these categories. So take a look and see that, oh my goodness, maybe they're not aligned. And that's where you want to maybe adjust things a little bit. So you got to give each set time. You got to look at what data you can get, which is where did Amazon originally put your book into which categories. I use BookLink, bklnk.com. Category 5, I think, is the right page. So BKLNK, BookLink, copy in your ASIN. It'll show you every category that Amazon's put it in. and you'll see this is what Amazon thinks your book is. So if that is wildly misaligned, go in and change stuff. You need to change your keywords so it isn't wildly misaligned, and then go forth from there and what you get for who it advertises to and what kind of also bots you get. So give it a time, take a look at the data you can look at, get those keywords. And no, you're not going to know right away. But if you look through like the top 10, if you're urban fantasy, look at the top 10 urban fantasy titles. What kind of buzzwords do you see repeated? There's where you'll find some of your keywords that you can use. All right, everybody. Hopefully that helped. Hopefully you could see this. Peace, fellow humans.